The court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbits.
I mean, it's going to take them a minute to figure out the mountain
latest
time
blockbuster
zone.
trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys we're at the Duke store. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Steve restocked the shelves a little bit here. Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Dukes.
Still trying to.
I mean, what's up? Caught up from the holiday rush?
We were closed last week.
Okay.
Take a little break.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh.
See ya.
First time in a while.
Did you go a little staycay? Did you hit the road?
Staycay.
Nice.
Yep.
Stay closed.
Stay close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With a C.
But yeah, ready to get back at it. 2025.
That's awesome. This is a fun announcement. We're currently waiting the phone call of Jason Eck. He's the new head football coach of your UNM Lobos. Awesome. Slated to start the program, but he is traveling, so that kind of depends. Yep. You know how travel is.
Yeah. You got to keep up with those time zones.
No, he does not know what travel is. He just had a staycation. He didn't travel.
We don't. I mean, Jason traveled. Coach Eck.
Yeah. Steve didn't.
Recruiting, no doubt.
No doubt. Here's how you recruit now. You show up with a bag of NIL money. It's actually the same as traditional recruiting.
Yeah.
Except now it's
you can set it on top of the table instead of putting it under the table.
We're at the Duke store. Back at the studio is Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for the warm welcome.
God, Zay, you're just speaking of warm, you're glowing. There's something about you the last 48 hours. Yeah. I just can't put my finger on, Zay. It's like you're floating on a cloud.
I'm entering my prime. That's all.
Ooh, nice. Okay,
I'm entering my prime.
I didn't think you can afford Amazon. That's cool.
I just got a text from UNM. They are following up on Coach X. So
okay.
We will have an answer to that soonish. Again, boys, travel. Here's what could be on a tarmac. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be he could be at Sunport at the new Teller bar. What can we do about that?
Could be in a dead zone. No cell service
between Austin and Houston.
What is that?
I don't know. Texas.
It's a lot of Texas between those.
He's recruiting. I thought
spots.
There's some players out there, no doubt.
Or
between Farmington and La Cueva.
There's some black holes out there.
Son, don't you know? Black hole, son.
What do you think he's going to say?
Coach Eck?
Yep.
He's probably going to talk about he's a big fan of the show.
Yep. Well, of course.
I mean, he listened before he decided to be the head coach of UNM. We're part of the reason for the recruitment process to get him here. He's like, I get to be closer to those dudes.
Yeah.
Well,
as you're aware, he spent a lot of time in Moscow, Idaho, at the University of Idaho. I went to Washington State. Pullman's like 10 minutes from there. We've probably eaten at a lot of the same restaurants. Probably shopped at the same Goodwill.
Yep.
Probably enjoyed the same State Line, which is the name of a strip club.
I don't want to be in either Moscow, so I understand the move.
From Idaho?
Or Russia.
I didn't consider that one.
It's slightly bigger.
In population?
And area.
And global impact.
Mm-hmm. One would think.
Duke City Championship Wrestling is this Friday night. We're over at the Kiva Auditorium during Comic-Con. Come see us. $10 plus when you're at the con, so it's $10 to come and see us. So we're excited to have us. Steve Palmisano will be there.
I'm planning on going.
That seems like a lie the way you just said it.
That didn't sound correct at all. Yeah.
I don't know how much more clear I could be. I'm planning on being there.
I like that.
What else are you planning on doing in that time frame, though?
Going to dinner with my wife.
Okay.
Speaking of dinner, you met head coach of the United, Dennis Sanchez, at Sadie's the other day, who immediately told you how big of a Dukes fan he was.
Yeah. He had seen some people wearing some Dukes merch.
Yeah.
And couldn't wait to get his hands on some, so I needed to get some over there to him.
I mean, has he made the effort over yet or no?
I haven't seen. Well, we've been closed.
Yeah, you've been closed.
Yeah.
So today's the first day.
I kept going back to Sadie's to try and find
Just
him.
see if he
wasn't there.
See if he was like hooked in there.
Yeah,
He was not.
That does happen to a lot of people at Sadie's. You get that first little nibble, you're back every day for a while.
Yeah.
Then you get it under wraps.
One of those salty chips.
Once, twice a week.
Once, twice a week.
Margs.
It's big Monday Night Football game last night. All right, here's the update from UNM. Apparently they have a flight tracker on him, and he's currently landing. So Jason Eck will join us at some point throughout
some point.
So which we're excited about. That's the point of live radio.
Yeah.
Does he know that they put an air tag in his luggage?
Yeah.
Like, did they tell him?
Probably not.
Or was that in the contract?
I think it's
after last year they probably decided they needed to do that.
Oh, okay.
We're going to the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks, right? And we all have a handshake agreement to keep an air tag on all of us at all time because it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
And we just don't know.
Where exactly are you going to store those?
Mine will be on my person.
Yeah. Where?
I don't want to disclose.
You can get those on Amazon, like places like wearables that you can put air tags in, just in case you.
Like if I go running or something?
Sure.
Could I just put it underneath a larger sized bandage?
I'd say ear gauges. We all get matching ear gauges with air tags in them.
That's a good note.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You ever see those tribes that do the big lip thing where they put the
I'm
gauges in? We can do that too. That'd be actually Van, because he's a former smoker. He's a quitter now. He could
creeping up on 2 years.
Yeah, you could just put one in like a dip. You could just put one in and just walk around.
Oh, like my lip missiles that I pop, my upper deckers that I pop when I get that craving.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
You get a big septum. Is that what you call it?
Ooh, yeah.
Nose.
Air tag septum piercing.
Yeah.
And all the time
That'd be cool.
Feel like a boogers.
Right, with the Apple logo right there on the front of it.
We can get custom two-man-on ones.
Yeah.
Replace the little part or whatever.
Yeah.
Knowing me, I'll get a couple oat sodas in me and like take my air tag and like put it on a cat's leash and just like, where'd Van go? Why is Van running around on top of the Superdome?
The Monday Night Football game last night was exactly as we called it. The Los Angeles Rams in Arizona victorious over Minnesota in the exact way we said it was going to happen.
Yep.
The most one-sided, lopsided, boring-sided LA. Low-key didn't really look like they were helped that much. Minnesota was very bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
Sam Darnold was very bad.
It was hard to watch.
Justin Jefferson was non-existent.
Kept force-feeding them.
Like, not successfully.
If what's successful? Getting it in the end zone? Okay, yes, I agree.
Successful yesterday, though, was me on Prize Picks.
Ooh, well done.
As I hit 2 perfect scores on Prize Picks yesterday. If you want to join us in our Prize Picks endeavors, you can do that with promo code KNML, and you will you'll be able to get $50 on your first $5 bet. That is awesome. And you're in the mix. The Taco Tuesday today on Prize Picks is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ooh,
26.5 points.
I'm gonna take that one during the commercial break.
I don't know if it's low enough for me.
Are you like 100% on your bets?
No, not at all.
No.
I mean, 10% of the time he's 100%.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I did pretty. I'm on a bit of a heater.
That's good.
Yeah, but I've started a new technique where I take a real safe re-win my bets bet.
A little 2-pack or 3-pack,
like a lineup.
Yeah,
but then I will do like something outrageous.
Sure, it's fun.
That's my move.
I may be going down a slippery slope here, but I can't watch sporting events without it anymore. It's just not the same.
The official word is in. We are bumping Jason Eck to 4:30.
Okay,
gotcha.
This will give him time to get his luggage.
To land, get off the plane.
We got a full show today. Is that correct? He's got a minute. He got a minute to figure it out. We're not in any hurry. Have him on whenever.
Yeah. We grab a break so we can come back. So we're doing 2 things today. We're doing Jason Eck Talk, which is going to be good. He's going to join us at 4:30. And then for the other 2 hours and 30 minutes of the show, we're only doing Dallas Cowboys head coach speculation. I'm wildly excited about it. I'm ready to, with enthusiasm and a strong base knowledge, crush any idea or aspiration the Dallas Cowboy fan could have.
Okay.
Also, as the voice of reason on this program, I'm excited to bring that to the game as well.
Cool. I got a top 30
coaches.
Yeah.
You even think Dallas Cowboys job is a top 30 job?
It's the number one job in all of sports. Ooh. It's the most important position in all of. It's probably one of the most important positions in all of American culture.
More on that whenever we get back from the break. We are live from the Albuquerque Duke store, where if you made a holiday purchase and then you ate too much, you can come get one size up. If we have it.
I don't know, Steve. It looks like you did a pretty good job stocking in your week off.
Yeah.
Oh, you worked? You just weren't open?
Both.
Depends on what you want to call work. I was here.
Do you make that sweet Albuquerque Dukes inside of the state of New Mexico logoed sweater over there?
I did.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that shade of brown.
What
it's like a desert sand.
What do you call that?
The desert sand.
Camel?
New Mexico brown.
Like everyday brown?
Yes. It's it's like the landscape.
Agree. I've lived here a while. A lot of brown.
Desert brown.
Desert brown.
We got different shades of brown, though.
Like the spectrum of brown.
Yes. Steve's on the spectrum.
Tints as well.
Of brown.
Steve, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say.
2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where Van Nunley has stepped out for a moment. I am Fred Slow. Steve Palmisano is with me, and back at the studio is Isaiah Johnson, who in the opening segment had to deal with some technical diffs, but he is back now. Isaiah, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. It is 4:14 time of airing right now in the mountain, and I'm going to give you and Isaiah uninterrupted 16 straight minutes to just fawn over the decision yesterday by the Dallas Cowboys to release Mike McCarthy. Check back. Hey, Siri, set an alarm for 16 minutes.
Go, Zay.
Okay, I didn't know Siri was going to give the confirmation. So Steve, who's your number one candidate that you'd like to see in Dallas?
Oh,
as a new coach?
Not even going to celebrate Mike McCarthy. Just already moving on. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry. 16 minutes. Let me restart
I thought it was uninterrupted.
Yeah, so I'm restarting it. Sorry.
It got interrupted.
Yeah.
Who's your? Any living coach that's not currently employed would be a great. Thank you.
Would be a great what?
Replacement.
Yes.
Any coach.
So what you're going to hear most of the time.
Van Nunley, welcome back to the program.
Hello, Van.
Hi.
What you're going to hear a lot right now is Dion and Jerry would never get together because, of course,
let's use full names here. So I'm not
Dion
confused.
Sanders.
And who?
Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Jerry Lewis and Dionne Warwick.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's psychic. She called it.
Mm-hmm.
Before you start, mean, if they hire Deion Sanders,
when
I will cease being a fan.
Ooh, strong words.
Deion Sanders is not the coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they're going to replace you with another million or so fans because that's going to be must-see TV if that happens.
You don't want him there, or you don't?
No, I don't think he's the.
I'll buy his jersey.
Yeah, I don't think he's the coach.
Oh, he's the guy. He's
the
guy.
No, he's not.
So here's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear. Oh, Deion and Jerry Jones, Deion Sanders and Jerry Jones. They'll never get together. Jerry doesn't want to be out of the spotlight.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones is going to be out of the spotlight. Deion Sanders is going to take it all over. But here's the thing. This isn't a topic that I brought up. I was saying it some months ago.
Sure you were.
But this isn't something that ESPN brought up as a speculation. We're talking about this because Jerry Jones reached out to Deion. So Jerry Jones.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but Deion talked to Schefter, and they, it was confirmed.
Adam Schefter. That's who Schefter is.
Yes, Adam Schefter.
Full names.
So, by Jerry, this is the same guy Jerry Jones, begging him to call in to Derrick Henry, begging him to call Saquon Barkley.
These are
anybody. Just do anything. Just do something. And he just sat around and took his time. He did the same with the contracts this offseason with his quarterback and his receiver. But this is the first time Jerry moved with some urgency.
Why was Jerry Jones's cell phone off whenever those free agents were available, but now it works whenever Deion Sanders is not available?
He's stuck in his ways.
The two best running backs in the NFL don't fit in their system. That's
exactly.
Why. Yeah.
And he's stuck in his ways. And then I think Mike McCarthy may have pissed him off. Like, oh, you're not going to take the shorter deal, or you're going to leave? Okay, we'll watch this. And he calls Deion Sanders the same day.
Who's he? Jerry Jones?
Yes.
Got it. I'm confused. It could have been Mike McCarthy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Mike McCarthy call Deion Sanders?
I'm not really sure about anything going on in Arlington, but I'm trying.
So Jerry Jones reaches out to Deion Sanders immediately, which means that he's not worrying as much as everyone thinks he's worrying about the spotlight being taken. And, Deion's going to want to run his – Jerry Jones knows Deion Sanders more than any of us. So for him to call Deion Sanders first confirms that whatever would need to change, he's willing to change.
I have a question.
For who?
Deion Sanders.
Zay Johnson.
All right.
Thank you.
Zay Johnson. So why all of a sudden yesterday does he need to call prime time? Deion Sanders.
That's a good question. Also, I like the use of nicknames there.
Yeah. Well, that was the day that Mike McCarthy was officially out.
Okay, so he couldn't call him last week? 2 weeks ago?
Tampering.
Well, according to Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones, they were trying to make it work. Jerry says in a statement that there was, discussions and it took a long time. And then once it got to the contract talks, that's when it fell apart. So that's when they decided to move on. I mean, the answer for that's the same answer as to why didn't he let Mike McCarthy go talk to the Bears?
Exactly.
I think he truly, I guess, I feel like he was just trying to give Mike McCarthy his due diligence and trying to give him a chance. And then Mike McCarthy kind of put his foot down, and Jerry's like, okay, well.
So Jerry Jones is the owner and the GM. He can do whatever he wants and control the situation. That's exactly what he was doing, controlling the whole situation.
Narrative too. No.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for it to come out that he called Deion Sanders yesterday, like there's some urgency all of a sudden. Jerry Jones did.
Well, that's why I pinpoint Mike McCarthy in their conversation. I think Mike McCarthy, it's like, you get left, you get dumped, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to be better than ever. I'm going to show them that was a mistake. So I think Jerry's like, all right, everyone thinks that I'm this and I won't do anything. Even if you'd have waited a few days, it would have been different. But he's
all in. He's all in on that coach search for sure.
Jerry Jones is.
Yeah.
I am so unbelievably all in on this. Please, for the love of God, let this happen. That is a level of entertainment that's never existed in the NFL. The drama in between Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders will just be nom, 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 nom. We talk about the Cowboys ad nauseum on this program already.
No, we don't.
This is Albuquerque's a Dallas Cowboys town. So everybody knows Cowboys are number one here. We're going to talk about them no matter what.
Packers.
But I will never shut up about the Dallas Cowboys if Deion Sanders is the coach. Sign me up. I am 110% in on this situation. Trade up in the draft. Trade Dak Prescott and a future first rounder. Go get Shadur too. Get Deion and Shadur. You still got your 12th pick. Get Ashton Genty.
Who?
I think the Browns would want that pick, though.
You trade Micah Parsons and another future first, and you go get Travis Hunter. You get the big three from this draft, and you get Deion Sanders, because that will be pure entertainment. It'll be the funnest show in town. And look, we already know from every decision that Jerry Jones has ever made, he does not care about winning.
No.
He only cares about money.
Yeah,
and this will get more attention and more money than any situation in the history of the NFL. Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders and Shadur Sanders and whoever else you want to lump into this circus will be so much fun. I will be on the edge of my seat. Please let this happen.
And just think, what other coach
None.
could display and show a team, all right, look, you guys want to be the celebrities, you want to be on social media. Think about Colorado. They had their social media tags on the back of their jerseys.
Sure.
in the scrimmages, like all in practice. So Deion, of course, in Dallas, everyone cares about the whole Hollywood lifestyle. They try to make it up, basically. Deion would be somebody who wouldn't diminish that, but would raise, I think, the competition.
And that's exactly
100%.
what they need.
To be clear,
absolutely.
Dallas is not
a
Hollywood.
Circus.
Dallas is not Hollywood. I just don't know why they're different.
Every player
would be a dream after a couple years, but they got all the social media. That's awesome.
The players would respect him. I mean, it would be a great situation. The only thing I would worry about is who his offensive coordinator would be.
Oh, he would need the best offensive coordinator and the best defensive coordinator in all of football, because Deion Sanders is not a good coach. He's a recruiter. He's a motivator. He keeps his guys in line, but he's not a coach.
He's a good defensive
He's
coach.
a front. He's the face of a franchise.
He's a good defensive coach.
He could be the president.
For sure. He
Like
can coach some DB.
That's what I'm saying. Like you make like John Lynch kind of thing, or like John Elway kind of thing. Like, you could do that with him. Like that's fine.
Look, I've said it a lot on this program. The head coach doesn't matter.
He could be the social media.
The head coach maintains order. The head coach is the CEO. Your offensive and defensive coordinator, that's what matters. If Deion got the best offensive and defensive coordinator, it doesn't matter that he can't coach. He's the face of the franchise. He gets all the attention. He's the talking point. He's doing all the post-game and pre-game interviews. He's going on TV talking about his team, marketing the brand. That's all you need out of Deion Sanders, not coaching.
Yeah, and so the Cowboys are worth right now 11 point something billion. If they were to bring in Diaz, put yourself in Jerry Jones' shoes. You know, whoever's listening, say you're one of those who believe, oh well, Jerry's not going to want to take a back seat.
His orthotic shoes.
Well, hold on, and Deion has special shoes too because he's missing toes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard you say one thing about wins and losses.
No, there's no.
Doesn't
reason.
matter.
Isaiah gets it.
No.
Isaiah gets
He
it.
finally gets it.
He gets it. It doesn't matter.
My boy's all grossed up.
What I've said, the hill that I've been ready to die on this whole year is that we don't need some sort of genius.
We is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, we don't need some sort of genius to come in and just be a magician when it comes to calling plays. I just need a guy to make sure they're going to come in and be ready to play.
Put the pads on.
Yes, put the pads on. Yes,
they won't be on time.
They'll be on time.
Prime time. They'll be on prime time.
Exactly. That's the time we need them on.
They're just
who's they?
Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys
are
just bucking for the what's that Netflix show or the?
Well, they'll get any show.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. Book it. Be the biggest fumble of Hard Knocks didn't go there. And also, Deion's son is the main media guy.
Yeah,
it's a good verb.
Deion's
Which one is that?
Junior. So not Shiloh or Shador.
Deion Jr.
Yes, Junior. He calls him Junior. He's always first and front and center with his camera on all the Colorado games. Puts it on YouTube. If he was able to then film his dad in Dallas for the Cowboys, his YouTube channel would just multiply by 5, 10 maybe.
Just bring in the whole family.
So the Dallas
Shador is your quarterback.
More visibility.
Oh yes, in Colorado. Because
Dallas needs more visibility, so they need Deion and his son.
Yeah, for sure. You know how fun this is about to be? It's about to be the best show in all of sports.
Yeah, why not? We all win.
If you disagree, you are a fool. This will be so fun. So unbelievably fun.
I don't know. I was just trying to cheer for a team.
Are we sure Mike McCarthy's gone?
If I would turn off the camera if a report came and it said 6 hours before the deadline of Mike McCarthy's contract, there's been a change of heart.
I thought his contract was over.
No, it's tonight at midnight.
Yeah.
So is Deion Sanders' contract over in Colorado?
He'd have to get bought out. So that's a speed bump. That's a speed bump some people believe could stop Jerry. But again, Jerry reached out to him. So Jerry, I'm sure, understands this all. A $10 million buyout.
Whatever the buyout is, it's worth it. Is it only $10 million?
I think it's $10 million.
Yeah, worth it. They'll make it the first month.
And if he waits on Belichick, I think June 1st, or something crazy like that, his drops to $1 million.
That's a good idea to wait that long. It's a good idea to wait 5 months.
Who cares? Pay it now. Pay it now. It's worth it.
So are we guys done with this idea? Because it's, I think almost a full day has passed in the news cycle. So this is dead and gone now, right? There's no way Deion's going.
It's only
100%. He will go.
12:01 tonight. Look for the signing.
The statement he put out is it definitely gives thanks but no thanks energy, but all college coaches sound just like that before they leave.
Oh, he just recently he was saying he wants to retire in Boulder and he loves Colorado. That is a bold-faced lie. You know how sick he is of teenagers and Subarus and Tivas?
At least he said he was contracted.
Unwashed dreadlocks. Deion already hates it there. I guarantee it. Snow. You know how much snow hurts his lack of toes? It's miserable for him every day of his life. He wants to go to Dallas.
He reminds me of Bobby Petrino.
You know how easy it is to slide his half-toed foot into cowboy boots? So easy.
He's already got the hat.
I don't think Deion rides motorcycle, does he?
I would doubt it.
Clutch keeps slipping.
Because his foot doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, I thought you said something about Bobby Petrino.
Well, just that's what's going to happen here. Just quit in the middle of the game. Just walk out. Just call it. Sorry, Falcons.
Wasn't he the coach that went on a ride?
Yeah, they all do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Jason Williams of.
Dallas just has a tendency to come out flat. and they're not coming out flat with Deion as a coach. And also, someone starts horsing around, getting flags, he's going to pull them out the game. Even though he's going from college to NFL, he's Deion Sanders.
The whole season would be horsing around with him.
Yeah.
You just describe the whole, situation.
It'd be fun, but he also knows how to have fun, but lock in. He's one of the rare people in history that could have as much fun as he did and still be the best.
I don't know how well he did at Colorado.
Improved every year.
He did. But,
yeah.
I mean,
he has a track record of turning programs around. He's 2 for 2 so far.
Oh, this is crazy. I didn't realize this. Mike McCarthy's really good at coaching.
In the regular season.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
Colorado won 1 game before Deion got there. The next year, huge improvement. The year after that, bowl game. First bowl game, I think, in college history.
How'd they do?
Yeah. They didn't win.
Got to a bowl game, though.
Yeah, how'd the Cowboys do last year? How have we done?
We as the Colorado Buffaloes?
Mike McCarthy, much like Aaron Rodgers, much like Dak Prescott, has a rich history of doing fantastic in the regular season and then choking in the playoffs. If you're going to have a guy that gets you 10 to 12 wins and then you lose the first game of the playoffs every single time, why not have one that's entertaining, that's going to make you more money?
I'm not saying that this is a bad move, but I have the most incredible point I can make about it. And that point, Van, is this. Oh, sorry. Dallas Cowboys talk is over on the program. Whenever we get back from the break, if he calls, Jason Eck joins us.
He's here. Oh, he's here.
He's here, ready to rock.
We'll give you 13 strong minutes of Lobo football talk. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at the Albuquerque Duke store, and we are fortunate for the first time and hopefully a lot of times to have head coach of your UNM Lobos, Jason Eck, join us on the program. Coach, welcome.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for squeezing us in during your travel. We recognize that is the busiest time ever right now, and for you to take time for us and Lobo fan means the world. Thank you. All right, Coach, you're on the road. You're doing the recruiting thing. You're doing the what thing. Before we get to that, talk to us about your last month, friend. Talk to us about the move to Albuquerque, and talk to us about the move to the University of New Mexico.
Yeah, the last month there's been a lot of drinking water through a fire hose.
Nice.
But I knew that's kind of how it is from having taken over and been the head coach at the last spot. So it's a balancing act. You're trying to recruit your current roster. We were able to get some guys to come back and stick with us who are in the portal, trying to add new players. I think we had 45, about last month, we had 45 players on campus for official visits.
You're
putting your staff together and trying to hire really good people there. And then you're trying to connect. You're trying to connect in the community, connect with some of the alumni and boosters. So a lot of roles and trying to buy a house in Albuquerque. So a lot of stuff to work on.
Welcome. Are you familiar with the culture here? Red or green, we got balloons, we got the beautiful desert, sandias. How fast do you think you can adapt to this new culture that you find yourself in?
Quickly. I have learned a lot about New Mexico in the last month. And I do like both. I like red and green.
Boom.
I've never been in a hot air balloon. I'm a little scared of heights. I've learned a lot about the land of enchantment, and really have enjoyed it. I think the community has really welcomed me so far, and that it's been a great feeling.
Were these your first luminarias this past holiday season?
Yeah, that's a part of the culture I haven't learned yet.
I learned them when I moved here too, Coach. They're the little paper bags with the fires in them. I don't know. They look super cute. They're the cutest thing of everything. With us is Steve Palmisano, owner of the.
She'll probably have those at our house by next Christmas.
It's a holiday tradition here in the Southwest. As a fact, Steve, welcome.
Hey, Coach. Question for you. What are you guys expecting to kind of do new? What are you bringing right off the bat at UNM in your first season?
Well, I think the people, bringing in great people, whether it's bringing in a great coaching staff that's going to help sell the vision to recruits, and also do a great job of winning over our players here that we're coming into and get the opportunity to coach this year, and getting the community excited behind it. And then I think we have to do a great job of really evaluating our roster this spring, our relative strengths, having a plan for how we can address the things that aren't our strengths, and then come up with a really good plan of how we're going to win games this fall. But we want to get off to a fast start and get things rolling here right away.
I think the biggest question from Lobo fan, Coach, is local athlete. I think the biggest question is what APS produces, what Rio Rancho produces, and all the private school options. How different is it going to be recruiting locally here for this UNM Lobo football team moving forward under an Eck-led face?
Yeah, I think you have opportunity when you're in a state that is not viewed as a national recruiting hotbed.
Mm-hmm.
You can find some guys who are undervalued. I think that's a benefit, and that's whether a couple weeks ago they had the FCS national championship game, and North Dakota State and Montana State. Again, two states that are not hotbeds of recruiting, but both those teams have a bunch of really good players. When I was the offensive coordinator at South Dakota State, no line coach, Mason McCormick was a guy we got on a partial scholarship from South Dakota. He's starting right now as a rookie in the NFL. I do think you can find some guys there that have value in a state like New Mexico. And some of the rule changes, when this house settlement gets finalized in April, we're going to have more flexibility with our roster with how we can potentially divide scholarships.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be some guys maybe who, we can bring into the program as a partial scholarship guy and help develop them and, keep turning them into a full scholarship guy over a couple of years rather than right away. But our staff has already been out around this state. On Thursday, we're going to do some more recruiting around this state because we really want to start our search for players first here at home and then branch out from there.
Obviously, talking as well about the Opportunity Scholarship and a lot of different ways for New Mexicans to take advantage of higher education here in the state.
Yeah, Coach, what are you selling? You don't. I love this place. I love Albuquerque. I love New Mexico. Love the Southwest. You don't have to sell that to me. If you're talking to recruits, you're talking to kids in the transfer portal. What are you selling them about yourself and your program and your vision going forward?
Well, I think I came into a similar situation, at the University of Idaho, and I think I'm even better prepared now with the staff that I've been able to put together and the resources we have here as a Mountain West Conference school. To get a place turned around that hasn't been winning, recently. So, it's really just building relationships and being yourself with people. It's not as much, any hard sell, but I think as we get people to campus, they are. They're impressed. They're liking the community. They like all the sunshine. They think we have great facilities. Even a lot of the coaches I hired, when they have gotten here, they've been impressed walking through our facility and things and seeing it. It's better than they expected. And these are guys, coming from other group of 5 schools. So I just think we got to, proud of who we are, be ourselves, and build great connections and relationships, because that's. Facilities don't win games. It's the people, inside of them that do. So, just making sure these players get great connections with our staff, and they see that we're sincere and genuine in what we're doing.
All right, Coach. Aside from you and your family, I may be the one individual in town who has spent more time in Moscow than anyone else. I mean, I'm a Washington State alum. I spent many years in Pullman, many years in Moscow. Did you bring with you here, by any chance, any Rainier beers, and can I have one?
I don't think I have any Rainier in the beers we're bringing. I'm a Wisconsin native. I think I may have a few spotted cows in there that I
nice.
Whenever I had people go back there, they'd sneak a few in. But my Northwest beer of choice was Kokanee.
Oh,
the Canadian beer, but that was, if I was at the corner club having one, I'd have a Kokanee.
You could tell I was on a student's wages when I was a Rainier, affordable to me. Steve, you rejoin us.
Coach, I actually know a couple folks that played for you at Idaho, the Bertram brothers, and that family couldn't say nicer things about you, and are excited for you to be here at the university. So I'm not sure if
it was great. I got to spend some time with them, right when I first got to campus, because they were back around Christmas break, and what 2 great young men, great student athletes. Both have gotten their degree now, and we were blessed to get them into our program. Ben initially came on scholarship. Matthias came as a walk-on, but then Matthias quickly earned a scholarship.
Nice.
Within his first semester.
How cool.
And then they both started a lot of games for us. Matthias was a 2-time team captain for us. Yeah. And, that was a great first impression. I think those are probably the first 2 guys I ever coached who were from New Mexico.
Awesome.
And what great young men there from Sandia High School.
Yep.
Coach, in the new frontier of name, image, likeness, and transfer portal, it's a whole new ball game out there for you and your staff. What was the learning curve like getting your sea legs in for the new NCAA?
Yeah, I think fortunately I got a little experience this last year. Our roster kind of got rated. We had 8 players transfer up to FBS after the 23 season. And at that time, we didn't really have a collective or anything in place. And, we worked with some boosters, and they got something going at Idaho. So I had worked on a little fundraising with that over the last year. Obviously, what the 505 SVF has been able to do here in Albuquerque, both for, football and men's basketball, is impressive. We came into a really good situation here that I think is going to be very competitive at the Group of 5 level. But it has been a learning curve. I was just at this AFCA, American Football Coaches Association convention, and a friend of mine asked me to be on this panel talking about NIL, and I said, hey, I'm learning by the day. But it is a little bit of a new frontier, but I think we're going to be, well equipped. Again, I think you still, if you do a great job of building relationships and you do a great job of evaluating. It doesn't have to have everything be a bidding war. You got to still sell the development of your program, how getting coached by your coaches and getting to work with your strength coach by a great nutrition plan. You're going to develop guys and get them better. And I still think that can be an advantage in recruiting.
Jason Eck is with us. He's the head coach of your UNM Lobos. It is the off season now, but it's always football season. Coach, when you're not in the weight room, when you're not on the practice field, when you're not on the game day field, where are you at, my friend? Like, what are you doing in the community? Where can Lobo fan expect to find you when you do have an opportunity to be a part of this community that you now live in?
I think we'll be hanging out with the family a lot. I like to hike. I haven't been able to get on any hiking trails yet, but I've heard there's some really good ones up in the mountains there. I enjoy baseball games in the summer. I think you'll see me and my family over at, watching the baseball stadium right across from the football stadium, seeing some games. You'll see me out supporting a lot of the other Lobo programs. I've really enjoyed, being at some of the basketball games so far and seeing that, energy they've been able to create. But I think we'll get our family, out here, probably more like the end of February is when we've sold our house up there. You'll see us quite a bit around town.
There you go. Jason, thank you so much, Coach. It means a lot that you made the time on your trip, and we will do our absolute best to support you through the radio program. And we're excited to see you not just this spring, but this upcoming fall semester on the field.
Hey, I appreciate it, fellas. Thanks for having me on, and appreciate your coverage. Lobo up.
There we go.
Thanks, Coach.
There we go. That was nice.
It's a dude right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seems to have his stuff together.
Lobo up.
Now, I didn't ask him about the Dallas Cowboys. I screwed up.
You think, I don't know if he probably even knows about it.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's a Packer backer. If I was a betting man, he's from the whiskey.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming.
You call Wisconsin the whiskey?
I did just now.
That's
It's flowed out like it was
that's a new thing you're doing?
Yeah.
So if you, just to make sure I understand this.
Correct.
If you're from Kenosha,
yeah,
you're a whiskey boy.
You're whiskey boy. Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that.
Whiskey up.
What about somebody's from New Mexico? What are you calling him?
I don't know.
From there.
There's a lot of genres of New Mexican and a lot of names I could call them.
What about a person from
Idaho?
Yeah.
We better go to commercial before I answer that question.
Tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are live at the Albuquerque Duke store. You can come see us. Could be nice.
Huh?
If people come see us, that'll be nice.
It's like, what?
A lot going on in the world of sports, but none of it matters because the Dallas Cowboys have announced that they no longer need a head football coach. They've decided to go with a communist approach.
They didn't.
Is that not correct?
Our team.
It's our team. I just recently heard our team. So, as a collaboration with each other?
As a general manager for upwards of 40 years now, I had my eyes on a lot of quarterbacks. I had my eyes on a lot of defensive players. But most importantly, I've been watching my coaches, watching them like a hawk. I watch them like a hawk because that's what they call me. It's called Jerry the Hawk. That's what they say. And
Coach Hawk.
And there's nothing I've noticed from any of these coaches that I can't do myself. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I have been talking to Deion Sanders.
So he's the new
to run publicity for me, having nothing to do with coaching.
Okay, good call.
I, Jerry Jones, am going to coach this football team. And now that I think about it, I don't need offensive or defensive coordinators either. There's kind of I learned this word yesterday. They're a superfluous. Like I don't need them. I don't need them whatsoever.
That's not what that word means.
I don't. They're extra. They're extra anus. Is that's another word that I know.
Super anus.
Yeah. Yep. They are. And I tell you what.
I'm excited.
They're unnecessary.
Yep.
And so welcome to the Dallas Cowboys. Your new head coach, me. Yeah. Let's do this.
What is your salary, Jerry Jones, as the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
How much we worth?
I recently heard through hearsay it was over $11 billion.
All of it. It's mine.
Yes. It's stock options. I get one stock for every win.
How much are you in on this job?
Well, as you know, as general manager, I'm all in, but multiply that times 11.25 billion because I think that's what we're worth.
Now, I want to make sure I understand. Traditionally, your approach to making things better has been to just put a lot of salt on it.
Well, I'm a salty guy, and I'm salty that the Dallas Cowboys haven't been back to a Super Bowl, or like some kids on the internets call it a superb owl.
They don't. No one does that.
All the kids do it. I heard it
from Deion Jr.
Yeah, that's what I learned
from Deion Jr.
Good guy, good with the camera.
DSJ.
So he can edit
the socials.
They call him the Hawk of editing.
That's you got a pretty good eye on the editors out there.
Strong thumbs.
Yeah. What would you have done with the original Jurassic Park?
I'd put more hawks in
it. Now, hawks you would identify as similar to falcons?
Oh, we don't do them falcons. No falcons. No eagles.
Yeah.
No hawks from the coast or the sea.
Now,
just like regular good old Texas hawks.
So I'm a little concerned because Deion Sanders used to be a Falcon.
Long time ago. He rectified that when he signed with the Dallas Cowboys.
49er opinion before we go to break?
Nolio comentre, as my lawyer used to say for all my weird sex stuff.
Nolio comentre.
Yeah. That's Latin for no comment.
I'm aware of what that is.
Yeah.
The best part about that is there is no way the Dallas Cowboys fan was.
Thanks for clarifying. You're good at your job.
Whenever we get back from the break, I promise you it will be endless Dallas Cowboys talk for 2 straight hours. Just kidding. We're never doing it again. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Alongside me, Van Nunley. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Isaiah Johnson is back at the studio. All right, Dallas Cowboys fans, 505-246-0610. The phone lines are open. I don't expect to hear from you, though, because it's only been one day, and the talking heads on TV haven't told you how to feel yet.
That's a great point. Well, they're trying. They're trying, but they're all kind of forced to eat the words a little bit right now. So everyone's kind of in denial, trying to find reasons to say, oh, no, Jerry still won't do it. It still won't work. But if you would have asked anybody yesterday morning, will Jerry Jones reach out to Deion Sanders? They would say, no, Jerry wouldn't do that. But you say, was it a good idea? And they'd say, oh, it'd be great, but Jerry won't do it. But he did it. He did it quickly. So it's kind of the waiting game right now to see how serious he is. I think he's serious. I think it's Deion that would need to agree. I think the second Deion agrees, it's his.
Well, here's the problem. This deal doesn't work without Shedeur.
Disagree.
You have to have a package deal here. It has to be Deion and Shedeur. He wants to play with his son. His son wants to play with him. It doesn't work without it. Like if you're not going to move on from Dak and get Shedeur to do this whole thing together, I think it's a wasted move because there's coaches way better than Deion out there. But what Deion gets you is what we talked about earlier, the hype, the visibility, the attention, and then also his stud quarterback son.
Well, if you think about it, he's saying, I love Boulder, I love Colorado. He's not on pace to coach Shedeur in Colorado. So it's looking like either way he might not coach Shedeur. But the catch is Shedeur is – he may have not said Shedeur is his favorite, but Shedeur he's going to get drafted high, top 5. It's his son, Shiloh, that's the one that's at risk of maybe not getting drafted. The Cowboys will 100% be able to get his son Shiloh Sanders. Now, if they get Shiloh, I think that will compensate for not having Shador. Also, Howard is on the line.
Welcome to the program, friend of the show, Howard. Howard, how are you?
All right, well, I'm going to tell you guys what it's going to be like in Dallas.
All right.
If Deion Sanders gets hired, it's going to be pregame show. You're going to have a monkey on a unicycle. You're going to have a tall man on stilts juggling.
That's me.
You have dunk tanks in the end zone.
I can dunk.
You're going to have a fire eater on the star.
All right.
It's just going to be a total three-ring circus.
Sign me up, Howard.
I call ringmaster.
I'm telling you, man, the dunk contest, I mean, can it get much crazier in Dallas, guys? Can it?
I think so. Here's what I think, Howard. I think you're 100% correct, but I think if there is a coach that can have the circus go on, but the players still care about playing football, I think it's Deion Sanders. I think he can be the best of both worlds.
You're going to have ladies with mustaches running around. You're going to have a
promise.
Guess my weight deal.
Guess my weight.
It's going to be. I don't want Deion Sanders.
Not my circus.
No reasonable person wants Deion Sanders. I am an unreasonable person. I want Deion Sanders. It's going to be so much fun. I have no skin in the game. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I am a fan of pure entertainment, and that's the best scenario to entertain me.
So,
do I note some bitterness, Mr. Nunley, since your Packers got bounced?
Oh, when did they? Oh, crap! They played. I missed it. How'd they do?
Whiskey Packers.
The Whiskey Packers.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to give you my pick this last weekend was the LA Rams because they're peaking, they're healthy,
Same.
They're hot. They proved it last night. They beat Minnesota. Sam Darnold had super glue on his hand. He couldn't get rid of the ball. But I think they're going to go into Philly next week and go ahead and start completing a trifecta of wins to make the Super Bowl, gentlemen, and that's my call.
The Super Bowl sucks every year that there are Philly fans there. Every year I've been to Super Bowls where there are Philly fans, it sucks.
Yeah, sounds about right. Marty's also on the line, wants to talk some Cowboys.
Oh, man.
All right, so friend of the show, Marty.
We got to start charging by the hour because we're just therapy now for you Cowboys fans. That's all we are.
Well,
15-minute segments. You just
yeah, but this is the Cowboy fan.
I liked it.
Right. The only concern with Deion, I think Deion is going to do an outstanding. I think he is going to take the job. Well, I'm with you. If he's talking about his son, then what's he going to do next year in Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
And then so that's a whole lot of smoke there. The only concern I had, because I remember Deion on the NFL Network, he was never a big fan of Dak. I can tell you that. He felt, and I always said this, that he felt that Dak was holding the team back a little bit.
Ooh,
he didn't come out and say it in so many ways.
Ooh.
He just felt that in Dak in big games, he was a little ultra critical about his play. So I think that's going to be the bugaboo.
Do you think?
And is Dak tradable? Because I know he's got a no trade clause, but I guess any player is tradable.
Do you feel?
There's plenty of teams that would take him because there's plenty of teams that are desperate for a quarterback.
Marty, do you feel that any singular?
That's the bugaboo, in my opinion. I don't think he is a big Dak guy.
Marty, do you feel that any singular player with 30% of the contract is a bugaboo?
Yeah.
The entire
cap. Money aside, money's going to be an issue all the time. I just think him as a quarterback. I don't know if Deion's crazy about him being that kind of quarterback that's going to lead him.
No, I'm with
Money
you there.
is not going to lead him anywhere. It's just going to lead Dak to be richer. But
I'm with you there, Marty. So here's the two scenarios. I think number one with Deion, we made Van and Fred, maybe some others, Steve also as well, may not look at Deion as a good coach.
Nope.
But I think that what if Deion in his mind feels like he could somehow put together a formula, or with Dak, I think a lot of
I feel that way too.
Maybe Deion could talk with him and see if he can get the best out of Dak. Also, you get Shiloh, right? They could draft Shiloh. And that way he would still be coaching one of his sons.
Who is Shiloh?
It's the Dallas Sanders.
LaBouffe?
Shiloh Sanders is the safety who's going to be in the draft.
I think that'll change the game.
But let's just say you give it a couple years, then you get Shador. I think Shador of all positions, the quarterback, you can at least somehow feel comfortable thinking he'll be in the league.
Marty, you want a Shadur Sanders jersey? Marty, you want one of those?
Well, no, I want them to sneak next year to high heaven and get Arch Manning. That's what I want.
That's a good answer.
Cowboy quarterback. That's my dream for 2025 going into 2026.
I can't.
Hey, I was gonna say this. Why wouldn't the league want Deion and the Cowboys?
Oh, they want.
The league's all about making money.
Sure.
Come on now.
They want.
Why wouldn't you want that? Well, you're gonna hold it back like the Chris Paul trade of the Lakers?
Oh, don't remind me. Oh my gosh.
Remind me. I love this emotion.
Right after
Chris
the
Paul?
Lakers,
Yes,
Lakers. Yeah, Chris Paul is supposed to go to the Lakers, and David Stern blocked the trade.
Yeah, well, none of that matters because yesterday he gave his jersey to J.J. Redick's kid, and that was a heartfelt moment. So it all worked out the way it was supposed to.
All righty.
I think it's great, and I'd rather see Deion than Taylor Stiff on. Sorry,
Deion be bigger than Taylor.
Enough of that nonsense.
Okay. Nobody's bigger than Taylor
nonsense.
Swift
in the NFL.
I mean, it would be all nonsense. I mean, I just don't.
It wouldn't be that. But when has Deion ever been about nonsense and not winning?
No, I'm saying the last caller made it sound like Deion's a circus. I disagree. The guy is serious as hell.
He cares about winning. He'll get very, very angry.
I disagree. And
he's
you know what? He's
motivator.
going to tell one thing. This is what it takes to be the best. Because Deion was the best at what he did. So there's no better source, in my opinion.
All right, Marty, here. This is the game plan right here. Okay, obviously Cam Ward, pick number 1, he's gone.
He's gone.
You trade Dak Prescott and a future first for the second pick. You take Shadur. You take Micah Parsons and a future first for the third pick.
Yeah.
You take Travis Hunter.
This is a good
you get
idea.
Ashton Genty with the 12th pick. You're set up for the future. You got Deion. He gets the best offensive and defensive coordinator available. And you have a run like in the 90s, and you're back. And then Zay, for the first time in his life, gets to see what a real Dallas Cowboys run looks like. And everyone's happy, especially me, because I get to talk about Deion Sanders all the time.
I actually have a curveball for you. And curveball is the perfect word because I just read on the internet that Deion Sanders is the new manager of the Yankees.
Good work if you can get it.
I'm just Steinbrenner's win again. So there you go.
Yeah.
Now you know.
When are the Yankees drafting Shadur?
Marty, final thoughts?
Yeah, just bring Deion. Come home, baby. Come home.
Come on home, baby. That's all we need to hear.
Yep.
He's more famous for being a Yankee. I just want to be on record with this.
Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
I really didn't even know that happened. It probably didn't. I'm not going to take that bait.
What? What? What are you saying? Do not sit here.
Deion Sanders played for like 13 different baseball teams in 8 years.
Okay, so I thought he just played for the Braves.
No, he was good on the Braves.
Yeah. I need you to stop that. He won a World Series.
By doing what? Pinch running?
Super good at it, dude. How many World Series does Dak Prescott have?
What was it? Was it he went to the NFL game first and then flew to the baseball, or was baseball then NFL?
If you say Tim McCarthy's name, you could take the rest of this Dallas Cowboy episode off. Don't you do it. Don't you say his name. Who? Tim McCarthy.
Don't say it 3 times.
Don't. He'll appear. He'll appear immediately.
Did he play the baseball game, got straight on the plane, went to play a football game, or was it reverse?
It was selfish is what it was.
It's the opposite of selfish.
What Tim
said. Yeah, I got you guys. You guys need me? I got you.
If there were more hours in the day, you would have played for the Knicks, too.
Yeah. Run 2-guard with John Starks.
Would have been the Hawks.
Deion barely played for the Yankees, for the record. 14 games. Just looked it up.
Still known for
Got a ring.
I mean, what do you want here?
Well, there you go.
My point is, if there's a guy that knows how to do both but stay locked in, it's Deion. He's like growing up. You had your friends. One friend,
Deion isn't going to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys.
He'll be coaching for them. So it's like, growing up, you had your friends, and it's say they both get straight A's, but one gets the straight A's and they can't go outside. They have to stay inside all week. They can't play the video game to the weekends. Then you get your other friend who is able to go to all the parties, go to all the hangouts, but still had the straight A's.
That's me.
Deion's that guy who can allow his players to have fun, but they know when work is work.
Wait, hold on. If what you just said is the entire prerequisite to being the Dallas Cowboy head coach, I am the perfect qualifier. Hire me. And we can I will draft Shadur Sanders with my daddy Jerry Jones's permission.
But I think you would go into an organization, do whatever you thought was fun, and then you'd leave. If you were the GM of an NFL team, you'd be like, "Yeah, I wasn't really taking this serious." You'd pull Magic Johnson.
That's what happened to me in New Mexico Highlands. Did a bunch of fun stuff and left. As much fun as you can have in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah. Well, you used to get in and get out, though.
I was good about it. I wouldn't even get gas up there, Steve. I wasn't going to chance it.
We talked to Coach Eck earlier, and he wasn't minutes in to our interview before he mentioned spending time with his family, how important that was to him. Mm-hmm. I had to Google if Deion Sanders had a wife and daughter. He does.
Yeah.
That's why he works so hard, because he doesn't want to go home. Like, why does he hate his wife and daughter so much? He talks about his sons all the time. He talks about football all the time. I never heard peep about the rest of his family.
That's part of the culture.
They're all in the videos. When you watch the little videos, they're with them.
I will never do that.
She probably hates the spotlight. She's probably like, yeah, I don't want to be associated with that.
Who?
She's probably the one person that finds him super annoying.
His daughter?
Yeah.
I don't think she's.
Yeah. How many Instagram followers does she have? Let's prove that wrong real fast.
It's not like Dennis Rodman's her dad.
Ooh.
When we get back from the break. And I'm just saying it the way it is, boys, because we're at the Duke store today. You come in and mention the Dallas Cowboys, Van will cover 10% of your purchase. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I make it hot to death. Hot to death. Hot to death. You can see me flex, but now I'm no stranger.
It's the walkout song for the Cowboys.
Hot to death.
We know what their walkout song is.
Mr.
Wiz Khalifa.
Is that a Shadur Sanders album?
Could be.
It's a LeAngelo Ball album.
All right, so the real truth here about this Dallas Cowboys deal. Deion Sanders does not want to be the head coach of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones does not want Deion Sanders to be the head coach of the Cowboys. But both of them, similar to the three of us and Isaiah Johnson,
love attention.
They love it so much.
They love attention so much.
They're addicted to it.
They're doing a little collaboration right now.
100%. 50% of every sports talk show from now until the day that they no longer work together, either due to death or contractual separation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually big media forcing the hand of these two guys who claim to be dudes who are not. They're super soft. They're both obsessed. They're both there's verbiage I want to use that's not appropriate for the radio. Selling themselves for attention.
Sure.
They're both giving into the pressure of the Ted Turners of the world, who I don't think's in the business anymore, but that's
I don't think he's alive anymore.
We don't know. We don't know that.
There's no way to find out either.
Yeah, there's never a way for us.
He's on his ranch in New Mexico.
And is this an Epstein joke?
Was.
No.
For a long period of time, it could have been.
He was one of the largest private landowners in New Mexico, Ted Turner.
Until what?
I don't know.
Until every
he
East
still
Coast.
may be. His estate may be.
We don't know if he is dead or not.
Oh, I thought I read that somewhere in there.
505-246-0610. Is Ted Turner dead? Okay. Deion Sanders should not be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He will be because ESPN wills it.
Let me help because I am in, baby. Let's go.
Jerry Jones, he don't want none. Jerry Jones, he don't want anyone that will ever say the phrase, nah, Jerry. He don't want that. What he wants is a kept man. He wants super soft, I'm left-handed Kellen Moore. He wants someone who will show up and hold the door for Jerry. Deion wouldn't even put his toe out to hold the door.
Hey, Kellen, come salt my McMuffin.
Well, he would. Okay, Deion loves Jerry. He'd put his foot out there.
They do not love each other. Where did this come
half
from?
his foot
Yeah,
out
they
there.
do. They're very, very cool.
They've
always
been
been
sworn
on
like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Don't go to receipts on a Cowboys fan.
About Jerry Jones in the worst light ever, and now he's the greatest guy ever because right.
Yeah, so you actually beat me to it. So this is when friends of the show.
And you've been doing radio too long. You got that.
Yeah, friends of the show, right? As I'm still completing my full, I think I have eclipsed a year at this point. I have.
Quick learner.
God, I hope
we'll never know. There's no way to find out.
Ever check that.
Well, there'll be the second NFL season come up. This is when you can see I'm very transparent. I'm not extremely biased. I can be. But Jerry, I feel I'm a strong believer in if you bash somebody, they should also get the credit. So Jerry, I bashed him because he deserved to be bashed. But if he's going to come out, get rid of Mike McCarthy and hit up Deion Sanders within the same 5 hours, I think it's time. I mean, I have to tip my hat to him for that because that's the most all-in thing he's done since he traded for Amari Cooper. He's done nothing else that showed he wanted to win more.
Breaking news alert, breaking news alert, breaking news alert. Ted Turner very much alive.
Yeah, I looked that up too. It's like there's no expiration date there.
It was text to me, so
that's interesting.
Yeah, thank you, internet.
Yeah, if Jerry brings in
My
Deion
mistake.
and drafts what I want him to draft, I don't forgive him yet because I still remember the pain.
Yeah,
but I will give him, just like for all the Pro Bowlers the Cowboys always had, especially out of the draft. You know, we didn't give Jerry any credit for that. Everyone's ripping Jerry, but no one would highlight the fact that the Cowboys had some of the most all-pros and Pro Bowlers every year. We're blaming it on Jerry. So if you're going to go get rid of the coach, bring in prime time, someone who no one –
so that's going to make up for 25 years worth of
it's not
mediocrity.
Well, just think of all the stars and the Pro Bowlers the Cowboys have had.
Give me one.
Mediocrity.
Marcus Ware
does not win Super Bowls.
He's won a Super Bowl. He just won it with the Broncos.
Oh, okay. Got it.
This is a win-win for Dion, because either he gets to be
that was 10 years ago.
the coach of the Dallas Cowboys and get his kids on his own team, get Jerry to actually do something, bring in the whole Sanders family, whether they do social media or actually play football, get the whole squad on board, and then if he doesn't get and or take the job, he gets to go back to Buffalo and be like, hey, this is how serious I was about being here in Boulder. I turned down the greatest job in all of sports. I am 100% into you, white kids and Subarus. Like I am in forever.
Well, that's what most people think he's going with this. Those are the naysayers, the people who truly don't want him to go there because they'll be forced to talk Cowboys for a long time.
This is the same verbiage conservative talk fan uses.
Is it?
Yeah, the naysayers, the truthers.
Yeah,
like come on.
Let a naysayer know, Zay.
Well, Dion, the belief could be that he's just using this as leverage to get more money from Colorado, but he hasn't really given Colorado a reason to be scared until Jerry called him. So it's not like Dion's been actually wanting to leave. Jerry reached out to him, and then Deion Sanders told Adam Schefter, I had all the intention of going back to Boulder. I want to go back to Boulder, but I've got so much respect for Jerry Jones that I picked up the phone. And then he says, after I hung up the phone, it's intriguing. And then Schefter says, okay, so what's next? And he says, I don't know. And Michael Irvin got on Colin Cowherd earlier and said, I talked to Dion last night and this morning, and I can't talk about too much, but all I can say is that they're talking. But I can't. Dion told me I can't say more. I don't want to ruin this. But
I can't confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
But I can give you the exact same information you already had, but just phrased differently.
Yeah. I'm not telling you to use the theater of your own mind.
Right. Because Jerry Jones called Deion Sanders.
That really
that's not a fact.
It is.
It's not hearsay. It's definitely hearsay.
Okay, so Adam Schefter's no longer a reliable source
for a long time.
He's the most reliable source.
He's doing is quoting Dion. He's not stating a fact.
Not at all. That's not even how reporting works.
What?
Okay.
It's not in the AP yet.
Yeah. Also, Osama bin Laden's alive.
Who?
Wait, hold on.
Whatever conspiracies that we're going to hop into here.
Ted Turner's still alive. Ted Turner very much alive.
I saw Tupac at Albertsons, I think.
In Cuba? They don't have Albertsons in Cuba.
They've got some type of mark.
You don't know that.
I 100% don't know that. There's no American businesses in Cuba.
I believe Ted Turner
Cuba,
owns
New Mexico.
Cuba, New Mexico. Where the police auction is.
I mean, if Tupac is somewhere, it's probably Cuba, New Mexico.
Oh.
For the
at the Albertsons.
The culture. What is out at there? I don't even know what's in Cuba, New Mexico.
Not an Albertsons.
A turnaround? A stop sign?
Yeah, pretty much.
Upwards of 2.
Depends on if you get off the freeway or not.
I know there's one part where you start to head towards the hot springs. That's all I know about Cuba, New Mexico.
Yeah. Hot springs are sweet out there. You ever been there?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but yes, that's the only thing I know about Cuba.
Did you ever see Tupac there? I hear he's there all the time.
Well, we do have a caller. His name's Seabass.
Seabass joins us after the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from the Duke Store Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where Van and I are with Steve Palmisano at the Albuquerque Duke store talking the world of Dallas Cowboys football. Isaiah Johnson is back at the studio. Okay, Isaiah, Dion or Bill?
Ooh,
Belichick.
nice. I should have said Bill who. I missed it.
Come on, you limit.
See, yeah, I told you. I told you.
Where are you
Bill.
at?
I said
Say
you.
it.
I
No.
verbatim. I said if you ask Zay that question, his head's going to explode live on air, and that you came super close right there.
I would go Bill. Bill would make me more comfortable. Dion would be fun, of course. Us media, it would make life, whenever it came to the Cowboys, a super cruise. But I do believe that Bill Belichick also could provide a lot of content, but I think around the league you would see a lot more approval, and you would see a lot more approval from Cowboy fans if we went Bill. I would love to have Bill Belichick.
Well, here's the problem about having Bill Belichick. He works best when he runs everything, when he's head coach and GM and president of football operations. Jerry Jones will never relinquish that title. So all those diamonds in the rough that Bill Belichick has got in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round, those don't exist anymore.
I agree, but here's the thing. Like, so this is known about Bill and the way Jerry is.
Bill Belichick.
Yes, Bill Belichick. It's known how Jerry Jones is. So we're going to go the allegedly route again here, because that's all we can really go, especially with the time of this. Coaches can't say too much. No, the reports came out that Bill Belichick, he did like the idea of the Cowboys job. He's always been he spoke highly of the team, even when they were losing. He kept saying,
I can't believe this politician was politicking. That's crazy.
Well, for sure. But McCarthy was there. So now that Bill Belichick is in North Carolina, there's reports coming out that they're getting worried because he's not putting together his team, his coaching staff. He's not putting together the coaching staff as quickly as they'd like. So it's like, Bill, what are you waiting on? You have 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
He already hired his kid. That's the staff.
He will do everything right. What staff does he need?
So like you said, being able to run everything. If you're the head coach of a college, you're pretty much already GM. Like, you run everything that doesn't involve money and things that involve money.
Also, not to be that guy, but I text Michael Lombardi this morning. He said none of that story's true.
Which part?
Like, Michael Lombardi says it's made up. That whole story about Bill Belichick not putting together a coaching staff is just made up. Like, there's a name. It's not reports. It's not I heards. It's Lombardi says, no, that ain't real. Like, it's a blog is not reporting. A thing I want is not reporting.
Adam Schefter said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sports Illustrated article. But here, I said we were going the allegedly route. Right?
Sure.
I did give that disclaimer. So, and aside from that, I'm also going allegedly. Bill says the Cowboys were a job that he was looking at. So you could potentially buy him out, $10 million, bring him to Dallas. But I think right now the Cowboys are going to stand put and see what Dion says. I think, they waited too long. Now they can't talk to Kellen Moore. They can't talk to the Lions coordinators because now I don't think they care. Like Jane Slater, who's a Cowboys insider, says they that was all calculated. So it wasn't like they accidentally missed that deadline. They didn't care about those coaching candidates. They wanted Dion. So also Seabass is still on the line.
Seabass, welcome to the show.
Gentlemen,
Yo,
how are you?
Good. Sorry it took so long. Isaiah was doing his impression of that scene from Scanners.
it's a deep cut. It's a deep cut right there.
Well,
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to call about the Ted Turner conversation, and he is still alive.
Thank you.
Love it.
These roads will talk to you, man. When you're out here driving these big rigs, you listen, and the road will speak, man. I can't confirm nor deny, but I've got a friend of a friend that was telling me that Costner and Turner were with Jerry Jones up North Colorado.
Ooh.
And they're hanging out on that Wyoming ranch they made that show about.
Seems legit.
And
I'll just say, why do I feel like I'm being tricked here? But it also sounds legit.
Up over the horizon line, there they see that black cowboy hat coming, and there it is, Deion Sanders, prime time,
riding on the buffalo.
Reflect, yeah,
bring
just
him in on Buffalo, man. You got what's worse than having him as a coach? You got a big show, you got mediocre football. That's Dallas, man. Come on, bring him on.
Hard agree.
These are good notes.
Seabass, I was at the gas station at 2:15 last Friday. You were a no-show, you coward.
I got a call on the radio. I had to leave. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll keep a lookout for you. All right.
Oh, one chance. You had it.
Dang.
Like it. Eminem.
Hit him with the Eminem.
I only got one shot.
Seabass, good call.
Man. Well, what's wrong with the Kellen Moore call? I mean, it's a young man's game. Don't you think he'd be the best?
We already said it. He's left-handed.
Oh, gross. Just a gross idea. I hate it.
Say
now,
why?
Offensively, I don't mind it, but I mean, there's still going to be false starts. There's still going to be penalties. No one's going to care. It's going to be player-led. They're still going to be unfocused on Saturday nights before
Sounds
the
like
game.
the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. What is it?
Exactly.
Are they going to sign Chris Sims as their offensive coordinator? Trade for Tua?
Is they going to get Barrett Robbins as their offensive line coach?
Nothing but lefties out here from now on?
I wish Isaiah knew who Barrett Robbins was. I wish all these really good sports jokes worked because these are good jokes, just like the Dallas Cowboys.
It's all about the show, man. They've been all about the show ever since Jerry's been there, man. Deion, just like you said, they're just going to bring him in and just get the media attention. But
Jimmy Johnson should still be the coach.
But what happens if they start winning? Then it like everything you're saying.
Dog, they have been winning. They've been 12-5 every year.
Oh,
every year they're 12-5.
It doesn't count. It just doesn't count. You think the Vikings care? Do you think the Vikings care right now about the year Sam Darnold had?
Vikings don't
imagine
care
having
about
three
football.
of those. Imagine having 3 of the Vikings season that they just had, but 3 years in a row.
We don't have to imagine. We factually saw it.
Yeah, it was like a real life. We saw it.
Yeah, the Cowboys did it first.
The Vikings were 14-0 against the NFL, 0-4 against the Lions and Rams. That poor tortured team.
I think Jason Garrett is available.
Oh gosh!
It's
hey,
about
wrong,
time in America
Jason.
where the Cowboys start winning. I know it's not a hot take right now, but I tell you what, man, it's like make the Cowboys win again is what it is. We got to make America be happy for the Cowboys.
Ooh. Hey, maybe they'll end up turning around like Notre Dame. Everyone loves Notre Dame now.
Maybe.
I'd like the Notre Dame coach. He's getting some speculation that teams are going to start asking for.
I'm noticing a trend in who Isaiah likes and who Isaiah doesn't like. It's very divided. It's incredibly divided.
What's the correlation between Bill Belichick, Marcus Freeman, and Deion?
Well, he's got a hot girlfriend. I mean, that's a different thing. That counts. That counts in your qualifiers.
Yeah, Bill's invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Like that's
because he won't.
He's a qualifier.
He won't do anything to make it awkward. He might be very awkward, actually. Just can't be any awkward silences.
He would tell your girl that he's going to help her professionally, and then you would never hear from your girl again.
Belichick can't wear his hoodie in Dallas. I mean, what is he going to do?
Is that true?
What's he going to wear?
That's a good point. Now, Belichick is somebody who I think that him and Jerry, it would be silently at odds. You wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't see it like publicly, but if they didn't like each other, it would be behind closed doors. Whereas Deion, it'd be very public. But Bill is a lot more likely to get irritated. Deion's dealt with Jerry. You know how hard it is to get Jerry to spend money?
No.
Deion got him to spend big money on a cornerback back in the day. So,
who told you that?
I saw it.
Seabass, you're very good at calling the show. Thank you for doing it.
Gentlemen, I absolutely love listening. Van, I'm sorry I missed you. And good talking, gentlemen. I'll got to get back out here on my CV radio and listen to what the words are chirping.
If Ted, I just need Ted Turner's CB handle.
I got to find his. I'll let you know when I hear next.
TNT
make a connection to the show.
Daddy. Yeah, it's TNT across the nation, Big Daddy.
Yeah,
not bad.
You know he does it. You know it's Chief Wahoo. It is.
That's a good answer.
Gentlemen, until next time.
Thank you, brother. When we get back from the break, more from the Albuquerque Duke store. Stu on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are live at the Albuquerque Duke store. I'm looking up the numbers. So Isaiah said he made Jerry pay him defensively, and I didn't think that was super accurate.
Well, you mean defensively?
You said he made Jerry pay him.
No, not made him pay him, but that was one of the bigger. That was a huge payday that Jerry signed off on when he brought Dion over. Something that Jerry was not used to doing outside of.
So I'm seeing multiple lists here. He's probably the 5th highest player on the team in 95.
Yeah, as a corner, very, very high in 95. Find another corner that was paid more than Dion that year.
Darren Woodson was in the mix. They were on the same team.
Okay. Hall of Famer Darren Woodson, who was probably the best player on his team, while Dion was on the team with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin.
They all got paid more.
Of course.
One would hope.
Charles
I was going to say, of course they got paid
Charles
more.
Haley got paid more?
Yeah. Any other names? Yes, we want to throw out?
I don't. I mean, Darrell Johnston was right there, and he was terrible. Like
he wasn't. But okay, fullbacks in the 90s.
Jay Novacek is right there. He was terrible.
He was not terrible. Jay Novacek was not terrible.
Steve just perked up so hard when you said Jay Novacek was terrible.
I don't even know who is
the hell you say.
Who's Russell Maryland? Was he terrible too?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying it's not. It's not like
that's when they were winning.
I'm saying Dion didn't make anything happen though. He's kind of where he's supposed to be. It's not like he made Jerry break the bank.
No, I don't. I agree with that.
Yeah, he's in the mix. I mean, good. I mean, he's where he's exactly who we thought he was.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about Jerry? That Dion made Jerry Jones pay Deion Sanders?
I'm saying that Jerry was not happy about he's never liked free agency. What's another? If we were to go down the list of the biggest splashes Jerry has ever made, it's got to be the Herschel Walker. The Herschel Walker trade. It's the Herschel Walker, and then it's after that it's Dion. It's bringing in Dion, unless you want to count firing Jimmy Johnson. I mean, of course that's a big splash, but bringing in Dion was one of the biggest things because remember they lost. They lost the year beforehand. So he right away went and got Dion, and they won the Super Bowl. They lost in 94 to the 49ers to Dion. So he's like, all right, we need that guy. Brought him over. Rest was history.
I hate like breaking Cowboy fans' heart. You know what I mean?
Also, it's Jane Slater. I've name dropped her earlier. I just watched her. She just dropped an update. So she's talked to some people. He talked to the AD, CU, Colorado University AD, and I guess there was a potential extension in the future. So I guess the possibility of Dion using his leverage to get paid more is extremely possible. But she also says that right now Jerry, in quote, is on a solo mission. He's not confiding with anybody else. Yeah, Jerry Jones. He's picking up the phone himself. He's making the calls. And he's on his own mission right now. So, like I kind of hinted at earlier, I think Mike McCarthy pissed him off.
He's the GM. Of course he's on his own mission. That's his job. He's got to do it.
But how do you do that job last offseason?
He's done it poorly his whole career.
He took last offseason off. He was on vacay. He was a staycation.
He did absolutely nothing. Signs all of his players last second. He took too long to fire McCarthy, honestly. From the way it's sounding, if he would have fired McCarthy mid-season, they would have been able to get Belichick if he would have been willing to pay. Well, there would have been no buyout. So that's a mistake he's made. But something happened from the moment McCarthy I think McCarthy may have pissed him off. And I'm telling you, calling Deion Sanders that fast is completely unlike Jerry.
I've given this a long bleed, and I've been trying to be cool about it, but I got to go on record here. Jimmy Johnson was the GM during the Herschel Walker trade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that, that's a fact.
That's Jimmy Johnson's move.
Jimmy Johnson move.
That's not Jerry. That's not Jerry's move.
Jerry
Jerry signed off on it.
He had just come into the team. Do I think the owner signed off on it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So okay.
But don't for 1 second think that the brainchild as Jerry Jones took at the time, the last place 1989 Dallas Cowboys. Because that's not what that was.
Sure.
What did Troy Aikman have that year? 0 wins and 15 losses? Is that what it was?
It was bad.
You know what I also heard? When Jimmy Johnson came in,
what?
The whole entire coaching staff was the same coaching staff from the year before. So Jimmy Johnson was the only addition. So it's not like he brought in a whole team of elite guys. I mean, it was just him. So maybe he was just that hype guy, and maybe the Cowboys just need that hype guy again. Back to Van's theory, bring in Dion, add in some good coordinators, throw in some good players, and we've got the Showtime Cowboys, the biggest show on TV.
You don't think it had anything to do with, like, was it 3 games into the 89, 4 games, 5 games into the season? He said, hey, this team that I had to come into is garbage. Let me make moves. Yeah. I'm the mind.
Exactly
you don't think
that. Exactly that.
Okay. Could be potentially true.
He tried to
what happened?
Zay was like -5 years old when this is going down.
What about 95?
What about 95?
When they won the Super Bowl still? Because Jimmy Johnson was gone when Dion came along. So it was just,
6 years
so
later,
that one was Jerry. So bringing in prime time, that one was, we can at least give that to Jerry.
No, that was Jimmy Johnson's team plus Dion.
But they lost in 93, in 94.
To the 49ers in the playoffs.
Yeah, who had who? Who had whom on their team?
Dion. Bring on
Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe Barry Switzer was a world beater, and I didn't know it.
Whoopsie.
I'm not sure I understand what the correlation of that means.
Well, as a Cowboys fan, I think you get the fandom then.
No, I don't understand that why Dion coming over in 95 to the Cowboys means anything to today's situation.
Well, because what I was saying was, so Dion got Jerry, not got him to sign him, but they did a business deal then. So this is it's like a little bit of deja vu. It's the coach this time instead of your corner. But these two have done business before, and we know how Dion is. And I'm sure he went in there and laid down some, preferences that he had. Dion's always been like that.
He's a really good businessman. Do you remember whenever Jacksonville College or whatever took him for millions of dollars and had him buy new workout facilities and had him build new venues for all their athletes, and then they let him walk away and kept all of that?
For sure.
Yeah, he's savvy in the world of business.
Also, it was a super smooth transition for Jimmy Johnson too, because he went to the Dallas Cowboys, billionaire owner, pumped a bunch of money into the franchise. Same thing at the University of Miami, but it was 2 live crews, Luke Campbell. Same situation.
Is Luke Campbell alive? It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610
in Mexico.
The sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Where I just heard from reports that Brandon Staley is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So it's being reported. That's crazy.
Who called who?
It's wild.
It's wild.
That's crazy.
That means a lot, Steve.
So Brandon Staley, congratulations.
Yep.
It's false. I promise that's false.
Just looking at it, I mean, it's like official.
Solo Jerry. You might as well put a do-rag on that man. Put a do-rag on that man. Give him a cigar.
They tried to
new era.
That's cool.
They try to sneak
good
it.
look.
They try to sneak it by the media. Brandon John Staley. They're calling him BJ Staley, so they're trying to rebrand him. So people, but I think it's going to work. Should be. I don't know. It'll be good. It's a good fit. So they're gonna
bring in a young pushover. I will cry.
Interesting.
Why a pushover?
Yeah, that's why I'll cry. If they bring in a pushover, I'm gonna cry.
Update. I misread it. It's Riverboat Ron Rivera. He's the new head coach.
It was the wrong Staley. It was actually Deuce Staley.
Yeah, it was Deuce Staley. I was confused.
I think Ron Rivera, I just think if the ship's sinking, he can't stop it from sinking.
Well,
at least McCarthy did that.
All right. We need to be really clear here.
Not the ship, it's the riverboat. That's
Riverboat Ron. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Update. I was wrong again. It's Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Reportedly, she is.
It's exciting. It's big news.
Yeah.
Well, here's some real breaking.
She's starting on Martin
Oh, here's the real breaking news.
Here's the real breaking news. So another part of the fallout between Jerry and Mike McCarthy. So you've heard the Jason Witten chatter.
Hold on before the Jason Witten update. I just got to be really clear here. I just read a report.
Okay.
Not trying to be that guy. And he was alleged dead some years ago. But
Ted Turner.
Lane Staley alive and well, and he is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So welcome back, Alice in Chains frontman Lane Staley.
Okay. So maybe my reports that I just read were wrong. But what I believed, well, I guess that could be correct.
Jason,
I guess what I'm saying is,
Jason Witten.
Well, yeah. So Jason Witten, his names came up a lot, and now it's not that Jerry Jones wanted him to be the head coach. Jerry Jones was trying to convince Mike McCarthy to allow Jason Witten to become a part of the coaching staff
because of Dan Campbell. Jason Witten owns so much to Dan Campbell right now. He owes him the world.
Jerry has compared those two.
Well, of course.
Talking about Jason Witten, says you see Dan Campbell.
They're both white.
Yes, and big tight ends.
Oh, yeah,
and I think Dan also. He didn't play in Dallas. That was Vrabel. But anyways,
Dan did play in Dallas.
Okay, so it was Dan, not Vrabel, to play in Dallas. Maybe they both did.
At this point,
that was a little before I started watching.
I hate that Jerry Jones keeps missing all these former players that played for him that became good coaches.
I love how Isaiah says, "When I was a child," as before I started watching.
I started watching when I was in 5th grade. That's about when I started growing up a little bit.
Okay.
Started paying some bills. I started taking out the trash a little bit, doing my little 2 cents.
Is Cooper Witten still playing? Where's he play at?
Stephen Jones might be the front runner.
Steve Jones?
Stephen Jones.
Now, who is that?
The son of Jerry Jones.
All right, that's a good get. Now, is he available?
I think he's available.
Yes.
Now, let me do some Googling while Isaiah continues to tell me how
Cooper Witten is on pace to being a 5-star player.
Now, who's that?
He's got 2 years. Jason Witten's son, who plays safety, and he's on pace to be a 5-star player. So that's another reason why because Jason coaches them, trains them. They just want to
is that like a Las Vegas team?
No, they're Texas.
Texas, okay.
So winning a Texas State championship, not easy.
Hold up. There are so many levels in Texas.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's very easy because there's like a dozen state champions every year in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And they all play in Texas Stadium. So he's familiar with the new building.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty Christian.
Shooing.
But yeah, so Mike McCarthy, I guess as soon as Jerry tried to bring up Jason Witten, McCarthy just kind of shut that down. And then that's when the talks kind of dissipated. So it sounds like Jerry wants Jason Witten to be an assistant coach on the team.
To Deion Sanders.
How much is his buyout at the high school?
Why won't he let his new head coach pick his own coaching staff?
Does he have a $10 million buyout at Liberty Christian High School?
All right, let me see Jason Witten's political beliefs. Let me tell you how this is. All right. Oh,
Liberty Christian.
This is so stupid. I have to allow ads on Fox News. All right, here we go.
Liberty Christian is 30th in Texas.
At what?
And they're 12-1 in football. Their football team is ranked 30th. They're 12-1 right now. Oh, they just won the state championship.
Good get.
Dang, who beat them?
Yeah, so did those other 29 teams above them also win the state championship?
No, I bet it's probably like a lot from the top. I mean, the top. Texas football's really, really. They're 12-1, and they're still ranked 30th.
Sure, but somebody has to win it every year. There just has to be winners. All right, I'm looking here at how many different levels there are.
As bad as this sounds, I would take Cliff Kingsbury over Deion, Jason, McCarthy.
Oh, you see, Deion needs Cliff Kingsbury as his offensive coordinator. That would be a sweet fit.
You guys thought I was joking? There are 12 levels of football in Texas. There are 12 state champions.
I didn't think you were joking.
That is a very high number of state champions.
Probably more than any state, I would guess.
I would also guess that.
It's a big state.
Texas, 70% of Texas schools
win state
could go band for band. Could go band for band with the top school in every other state, except maybe your obvious ones like Bishop Gorman and stuff like that.
That's in Texas.
What do you mean band for band?
No.
Because I would choose a marching band from the South.
Yeah, like drumline.
Band for band, as in like put your money on the table. Let's see who has more.
Bands.
Oh, and now we're betting. We're betting on these kids.
Yeah, I know about those rubber bands, blue bills.
There any Liberty Christian kids on Prize Picks today?
Like alum?
Could be.
What's the?
It's got to be illegal to bet on high school.
Yes, Zay. Yes,
it's got to be.
But if there's ever a place that was legal, it'd be Texas.
It's got to be.
And Texas is probably legal.
Oh god.
Well, it's not legal. It's just accepted. It's like speakeasies and prohibition. It's like people know that they're gambling on high school kids.
Yeah. Why does that guy care so much? Is his son even playing on this team? Nope. Put the rent on him.
No, but he did have Liberty Christian High -6.5.
Their one loss, it's not even. It was to literally just says Texas.
The whole state
they lost to the university.
So the team that beat them is the Texas Tigers, and they're ranked 23rd. So,
in which division?
Yeah, it's not as
1A, 2A.
All right,
what I was trying to find.
Here we go. Are you guys ready for this? I found the official number. So according to maxpreps.com, in 2010, so this is a little dated, 322 different football teams won a state championship.
In Texas?
No, in the country.
I was gonna say impossible.
So,
there's six in New Mexico. Is that correct?
I think
it's six. Six is the biggest one,
and
right?
then there's like 2, and then 2A, 2B.
Yeah.
There's like 3. Yeah. Oh, well, that counts too. And then like if you have to drive more than 90 minutes as the bird flies, you're in your own division. Like I'm just making up weird ones now, but you get the point. All right, here we go.
Texas only has 6.
Pick a state. I got them all here. Pick any state. New Mexico. Sorry. No, you go.
I just looked this up. 2024 UIL Texas Football State Championships. There's 1, 2, 3, 6. There's 12 of them. 12 divisions.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah. Well, not really. I mean,
there's 1
New
through
Mexico
6A,
has
and then multiple divisions.
There's 8 in New Mexico. 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, 8-man, 6-man, 8-man, all state.
I think there's more in California.
3. All right,
honestly.
California, stand by.
Okay, this is a fun little adventure we're doing. I feel like a scientist.
That 6A for Texas being broken down that much is not normal at all.
Well, according to this list I found, it is. So California has open, D1, D2, D3, small schools, honors, county schools. I mean, there's a lot here. They have
an honors division. That's sweet. They got their own division for dorks.
How about Georgia, where they have AAAAA, they have AAAA, they have AAAAA, and A,
and then they have A.
Yeah, but they have GISA A, GISAA, GISAAA. This is real. This people live by this. Illinois, where Isaiah and I grew up, 8A, 7A, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, and they do a prep bowl.
Yeah,
that's preparatory schools.
God. Like 15 teams in each of those classes. There's no multi-breakdown.
But even in each division, I would say in each division that it has of any size of a high school, it's still hard to win a state championship in California.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one in Massachusetts. They have C1, C1A, C2, C2A, C3, C3A, E1, E1A, E11, E11A, E11, E111A, E1V. Oh, that's an I. EIVA.
EIEIO.
WIW. World War II, World War III, and World War IV.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. Who won C3PO last year?
Stand by, I'm telling you. Oakmont Regional, big win over Littleton Brumfield.
What about the R2D2? Who won that one?
There's
so
too
Liberty
many.
Christian's 5A.
And what state are they in?
Texas.
Back to Texas.
This is like the Cooper Whitten school.
I'm going back to Texas now.
While you do that, I'm going to look at him specifically. Let me see what his grade is.
All right, so the 5A, which one?
I think Allen, Texas is in a division that's fairly big, and they have a lot of good athletes coming out of there.
Yeah, Cooper Whitten's a 4-star right now.
So 5A is the second biggest one, I think, from looking at this.
Yes. But yes.
And they probably cap schools at 2,000 kids, I would assume. I don't know that.
Yes, the link I was just looking at, I'll actually pull it back up. Yeah, it's about right.
If you're not a parochial school, you don't even count to me. You got to be able to recruit.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're ranked nationally.
Yeah. What's that?
Who cares what you are in the C3PO?
Do you live,
like, where do you rank on max preps?
Do you live, work, or worship within my school district? Come with me.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray went to Allen High School in Texas.
All right, now
his was insane.
Is he available for the Cowboys? Because they're looking for a head coach.
They are. I don't think he's
Kyler Murray.
Jerry Jones has that like on the ride. You got to be this tall to.
Like a roller coaster. Yeah.
Kyler didn't make it.
And yeah, so 5A in Texas, 1,300 to 2,200.
Okay, so what's 5A2 or 1?
I bet it's near the lower of that's probably like 1,400.
Abilene won in this year I'm looking at. That seems like that's a big place.
Yeah.
Also,
West Texas cares about football.
We also might be wrong. We might be going
42-0. Kyler Murray, 42-0.
At what?
High school.
Yeah, 4 straight state championships.
3.
Player of the year 4 times in a row. Is that correct?
How many games are in a season?
So he's in the small division there. Huh?
That doesn't even make sense. You can't break that down by 4.
What?
42.
Not with that attitude.
He missed one start during the streak. He finished his career with 42-0.
First of all, not trying to get into semantics, it's not a streak if he misses one.
Fair. Well, it was before and after.
Let me find out who wrote this, and we can send them an email.
Hey, say reportedly.
The Moops.
Is the Moops on there?
Wikipedia.
All right, I have a question. If you're going to win a state championship, do you want to win it in a state that has 1 million of them, or like Vermont?
It's just one?
They have 3.
I
feel like Hawaii probably just has 1, right?
See, that's Vermont. That's Bernie Sanders. You figured Vermont would have the most divisions, so everyone gets to win.
Hawaii is 2. Oh, and it was a showdown between Kamehameha and Kahukahu.
Dang. I never thought the Kahukahuas would be upset like that. That's wild.
Well, and I think, and I know it's Division 2 to Division 1, but Division 2 Lilani really could have held up if they did play Kamehameha Miaha.
I thought that was a SoundCloud rapper. Lil Lahani.
Yeah, this is wildly interesting. I had no idea there were 322 states. Moving forward, if you tell me you were a state champion,
yeah,
I'm disinterested at this point. Before I was impressed, before Isaiah brought this up, now I no longer care. Especially if you're in Alabama, where they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
It needs to be like a battle royale with all the state champions.
We're all 322 enter into.
There's no off season.
It's like the
it's a 322 team tournament.
It's like the Lamar Hunt,
the Open
tournament.
Cup.
Yeah.
Anybody who has a team can enter.
Now
even the 8 men.
Yeah.
You got to play 11.
Yeah. And it's like special opening round rules because there's like multiple St. Piuses across the country,
right? Where
they have to play each other because there can be only one St. Pius moving forward.
And it's Jason X.
Yes, Jason X.
You should make it an all-time team.
Of what?
Dang, good idea.
Get like the best player from each position.
Oh God, dude, I hate that show though. I hate the show where it's just people's names. God, that drives me crazy. It's like my number one radio pet peeve. What if you write it down and then give it to Adam Schefter, have him report it? When we get back from the break, I promise no more Dallas Cowboys talk. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where I learned today from Isaiah Johnson, which I, first of all, don't ever learn anything from him. So this is a cool moment in our relationship. So there's 322 state champions, and we think there's roughly 16 teams per division, right? That means there's 5,152 head football coaches in this country, and that's too many.
I mean, they're helping out the economy. This goes back to your local economy.
5,152 high school football coaches in this country.
What if they're all good people?
No.
Not with those giant numbers. There's no way.
Statistically speaking.
Yeah, for sure.
What percent of them are also the assistant manager at the Walmart?
Oh, come on. They're all history teachers, dude.
It's 100% true.
80% are PE teachers, maybe 99. If you're a head coach of the football team in high school and you're not involved in the PE program,
you're also married to the math teacher.
They're the teacher of whatever class doesn't have a proper teacher that year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sex ed again. Sorry, Mr. Palmisano.
I couldn't imagine as a teacher going into the year not knowing what subject you're going to be teaching.
Well, curriculum rise. I mean, they just hand it to you. You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, historically, like that kind of was a problem, but now, no, you just download a lesson plan immediately.
If you're a good teacher, you can teach anything. Say,
ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
I think I'm the only
things you don't know.
In part of this conversation, I'm the only individual by degree who is a teacher,
and
I'm gonna tell you this: mindless, incredibly mindless. Like better of a relationship and more interesting were the support staff I interacted with. Like, let me hang out with classroom monitors and bus drivers, and there was at least personality there.
What grade would you most like to teach, Fred, and what grade would you least like to teach?
Oh, so this is a great question. So the grade I want to teach the most is
like third.
No, like a 2% incline for ADA accessibility. That's the grade I'm most worried about.
It's a good grade.
I want people to be able to get to where they want to go safely and with accommodations. It's a 2% grade.
Hard agree.
Steve?
So, which is that like second, third? I'm confused.
Yeah. Where does that fit in again?
Yeah.
I'm bringing logic to this thing, which is why Cowboys fans don't get it.
Right.
Oh.
I think my favorite grade would probably be Tarda. Yeah. Little water bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adorable. They're microscopic, but they walk like bears.
They look like little bears.
Tardigrade.
Tardigrade, Zay. Steve?
I'm Googling.
Grade A? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. Grade double A.
No one calls it grade double A.
Oh, triple A.
I mean, usually if you ask for it, my second favorite grade is probably D.
Yeah.
Degrade someone who like did something stupid. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the grade you got.
Oh, no. I was a straight A student.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
Yes.
What about like graded trading cards, like baseball cards?
Little PSA action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
I shouldn't have asked the question.
You haven't learned yet.
Nope.
Going on a year, Zay.
I got a breaking news alert. I now know who the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys is. I just saw a report. And they're about to do a press conference. We're going to talk about their love for the community and how they love their family and how this is the direction that God wants them to go in. Bronco Mendenhall is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. This is incredible. My Pony Mendenhall is now a Dallas Cowboy. So this is wild. So congratulations to Jerry Jones. You get what you deserve.
He is going to have a really good year in Dallas before Salt Lake has their expansion team.
Yeah, 100%.
And then he's going straight to Salt Lake Storm and Mormons.
And then from there, he's going to catch a comet around the earth and then send to
a comet.
Comet.
Lobos play tonight.
I saw that at San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to stomp them.
They're minus 9.5.
Okay. Now, is 9.5 more or less of the spread on Dion becoming the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
Less.
Well, the odds are plus 150, so I don't know how that translates.
For a guy who loves sports and knows so little about his favorite team and how odds work.
Yeah. He's a purist, Fred.
Yeah,
he doesn't need any skin in the game.
No.
Yeah.
Heavy on the odds part. Yeah,
The swing between.
Yeah, all that
I hate
stuff.
them. I love them. I hate them.
Give me the price picks more or less.
All right.
Fine.
Oh, so we can actually make this make sense. So what'd you say it was? Minus 150?
No, they're plus.
It's plus 150. Okay,
Yeah,
so that means
Dion's leading.
Okay, so that means say you have a $100 bet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you bet it and Dion becomes the head coach, how much money do you now have?
$150.
Let's go.
Incorrect.
It's $50.
If you bet 100
total
at plus 150, you cash out 250.
Oh.
Well, you get your bet back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
you
that's what I
win.
thought.
You do win
Yeah.
150.
Correct.
Okay.
Would you like
So
to
I gave
have
the wrong answer, but I thought
No,
the
I
win-
interpreted
the
it
question
wrong.
correct
Yeah.
way.
That's
Well,
on
the
me.
way I-
You
if
had
he's
it
the way I
correct.
But if
process
he's plus 150s, it's not a favorite to get the job. People are betting.
No, correct. You're betting.
He's an underdog.
Yeah, that would be. Well, everyone.
Well, he's less than even money, but he is still the favorite. Deion Sanders plus 150, Kellen Moore plus 250, Jason Witten plus 400, Ben Johnson plus 1,600, Bill Belichick plus 1,600, Cliff Kingsbury plus 1,800, and a bunch of long shots,
Well,
including John
Deion-
Gruden.
In Dion's case, I don't feel bad, but if Bill turned around and came, I'd be happy, but I'd feel really
hot.
bad for the North Carolina fan.
I would say
I feel
this.
bad.
We won't know today. We will know Monday, though, because Monday night, after Notre Dame wins the national championship, Jerry Jones will be there on the field to hand Marcus Freeman a contract.
Mm-hmm.
So take the money right now on Marcus Freeman, because no matter what and then hedge. So hedge with Dion to cover your bet.
Freeman's odds are super long right now. That'd be a
That's what
hell
I'm
of
saying.
a payoff at this moment.
Now you're going to lose the whole thing if he doesn't win the Natty. If Ohio State wins it, which by the way they're going to win the next 10 because I understand how money works.
No, Texas. Arch Manning is winning 2 in a row.
Not against the SEC. The SEC will never get another team in
Arch
because
is
they're the
leaving
one
after
who's
next year.
going to sue.
Well, no, 12 team gets in. 3-loss SEC teams are going to start getting in starting next year.
At least one. One will
Arch
get in.
Manning, he's leaving after next year.
They could have used him this past game.
Correct. Could use anybody. Yeah.
1 yard line. Yeah. They could have used Dion.
What are the odds on Marcus Freeman?
That's astronomical.
Plus 1,000.
That's like not even on the map. Not even
He
in
hasn't
the.
popped up a lot. He's coming up for the Bears, and
He hasn't won a Natty yet. That's why.
He wouldn't take the Dallas job.
What? This is the only job in the country better than the Dallas job is the Notre Dame job.
No.
Oh, you're
Not
right.
to Brian Kelly.
He already has it. Hey, Brian Kelly sucked.
got him to the championship game.
Let me see if he's available. Will he coach Dallas? Brian Kelly.
I hope not. He's at LSU,
What about
unless he
Pete
got
Carroll?
fired. Pete Carroll has been brought up. Pete Carroll and John Gruden, if in my honest opinion,
Oh God, again.
those are the two most likely. John Gruden.
No,
can
they're
get a lot of-
not.
Check the odds.
We just
Like,
did.
we
It
just
was
did. Just
Dion. We just
He's top
checked
5,
him.
isn't he? He's got to be top 5.
When we get back from the break.
More Cowboys.
No, I'm exhausted on it.
I'm exhausted.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at the Albuquerque Duke store. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Steve, welcome back to the show after your hiatus.
I appreciate being here. Appreciate you guys being here.
Aww.
It's been a while.
Holidays are hard for a lot of people.
Timing didn't work out.
The Dallas Cowboys, I just read a rumor here. The Dallas Cowboys are hiring former Dallas Cowboy defensive back as a new head coach.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Aaron Glenn. So congratulations to Aaron Glenn. He is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So that's incredible.
I'd be down. Wouldn't be. I mean, I'd be pretty disappointed considering the names being tossed out. But in a week and a half, if we sign him, well, the Lions aren't going to lose until the Super Bowl. If they lose the Super Bowl. So.
What's the line on
Lion?
The line on news getting out before Jerry Jones announces?
Oh, we will have a head coach while we're at Radio Row. There's no doubt in my mind that he will allow all those reporters to be in one place, and that's not where he announces it.
Agree.
So he's going to wait till everybody's locked up at the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Lock the doors.
Then he's going to show up and do the rounds, and he'll do all the radio things, all the TV things
before the Super Bowl
at Radio Row.
The day before, the week before.
The week before.
Smart man.
Yep.
Which is how long? 2 weeks.
February. It will be on. I'm going to tell you right now. He will make the announcement on February 5th.
All this makes sense.
Disagree would be nice, but I'm gonna disagree. I think we'll know. We'll know within a week.
The way it's been going, Zay, they're not going to have a coach until the day before the season.
We
starts.
don't need a coach. We're a good show.
Steve, I know I understand your thought process, but again, it's a new day.
Yeah.
He reached out in the same day. The same day. If he would have reached out to, Jerry Jones reportedly reached out to Jason Witten, we'd be like, same old Jerry.
Oh, hold on.
He reached out to Dion.
Here's the problem. Dion, he's proven to turn around programs in 3 years. I don't know if Jerry Jones has that much time left. He needs a coach to win it all next year.
I'm really sorry to do this, guys. But breaking news alert! Alert.
It's exciting. What could this be about?
I have a report here that Jerry Jones is actually named his new head coach already, officially. And it says here, I have a quote before I give it to you.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this guy.
Okay.
I like his initials. He hired Cliff Kevin Kingsbury.
That's not his real middle name.
So dumb.
Please tell me that's not his real middle name. Of all the fake news that we've dropped today, I really hope that's the fakest.
It's a Jerry group in the South.
Oh, thank God it's Timothy.
2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're in the final segment of the day. We discuss ideas here at the Albuquerque Duke store on what Cowboys fan can do whenever they don't get Deion Sanders tomorrow. They can just go about their regular lives, but they will struggle with that.
Well, not tomorrow, but soon.
Wednesday.
Soon.
Wait.
How often has Vegas been wrong? Except for literally yesterday with the Vikings Rams. But besides that, when has Vegas been wrong?
All right, I was very correct on that. I won so much money on Prize Picks. I mean, they need a mechanism. They need because it's not Madden. They're not going to go get the player they want. They're not going to go get the head coach they want. They're not going to go. The Cowboys fan is going to end up the way it has ended up for the last 30 years, disappointed and probably being served divorce papers.
Well, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think, and Steve wonders where the excitement comes from with Jerry. Just show a heartbeat. He has shown, maybe not he has a heartbeat, but how about the heartbeat that wants to do something about this, fix something? He's shown that a little bit this past day.
Maybe he was just really excited because he saw the House was going to ban transgender athletes from women's sports. He was like, how do I steal the shine today?
Getting more headlines.
Yep, smart. Like, what's Cowboys fan going to do when they don't get the one player or the one coach that's going to save their franchise like every single year? Yeah.
Same.
They're getting Deion.
No, Jason Witten.
It's going to happen.
Batman's on the phone.
You mean Bruce Wayne? Welcome to the program, friend of the show, Bruce Wayne.
Thanks for taking my call. The nickname I had for a while now. But I think a non-delusional dream scenario for me, for the Cowboys, would be the Cowboys get Alshon Gentry from Boise State this year, have a rough season, and pick up Arch Manning the year after, and then hire Steve Sarkisian from Texas that next year.
That's a legitimate option.
It's still kind of far-fetched, but that's more of a grasp that might be closer than the whole Deion Sanders thing. But that would be my dream scenario. Even just getting Alshon Gentry and possibly Arch Manning the year after would be a dream scenario for me as a Cowboys fan. I just wanted to get your guys' takes on it.
These are all great notes.
I like it. Me personally, I've already used my tank token this past year, so I can't go another year wishing my team to lose. If they were to, in any scenario, if they were to go another year and have an awful season with how I think this offseason will go, I don't know if I can handle that. Back-to-back bad seasons would be terrible. I think we're due. I don't see us being a high enough draft pick to get Arch Manning unless, knock on wood, an injury happens. Or if they get Deion and he wants Arch or whoever the new coach could be, he might be able to make a push for that.
Bruce Wayne, hear me out. I like your scenario, but I'll reiterate my scenario. You hire Deion Sanders. You're the most exciting product in all of the NFL, the most talked about, the funnest, the most interesting. You trade Dak Prescott in a future first. You get the second pick overall. Cam Ward's off the board. You get Deion's son, Shadur Sanders. You trade Micah Parsons in a future first. You get the third pick. You get Travis Hunter. You get Deion Sanders, Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter. You keep the 12th pick. Ashton Genty falls to you in a 12th pick. You change the trajectory of Cowboys Nation.
No way we trade Micah. No way we traded Micah.
Don't need him anymore.
I'd rather have Mike McCarthy with Micah Parsons than have no Mike and no Micah Parsons.
They let Mike McCarthy coach in his final year without an extension. And then they didn't let him go to the
3 days early. This 3 days.
This whole thing's
well, I think here's what does scare me, right? I'm talking all this Jerry's changed mess.
He has not.
But he did want Mike back. Like, he tried to bring him back on a shorter contract. Mike just said, Parsons. No, I want to be back. No, Mike McCarthy.
Okay.
Said, I want to be back for longer. So they both wanted him to be back. It's just they could have had the talks a lot sooner. And also, there was reports that Mike, he reached out to his team first and said, yeah, so with the deal that Jerry was trying to give me, it would have put you guys in a bad position.
If Jerry really had his stuff together, they would have fired Mike McCarthy earlier in the year, and then they would have interviewed Mike Vrabel and hired him, or they would have interviewed Bill Belichick and hired him, and they would have done anything that made any sense.
Fired Mike McCarthy last year when they definitely should have, and they could have had Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I mean, careful. All these ideas that make sense won't make sense to Cowboys fans.
No, that's not fair.
Oh, go ahead, Stephen.
They don't make sense to Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cowboy fan, it maybe makes perfectly good sense.
Well, I hope this is the wake-up call they need.
I think Jerry took some ayahuasca.
Jerry took it where?
Ayahuasca. Under the tongue. I don't even know what ayahuasca is, or if that's how you take it.
It's not. It's not.
I think Zay's on ayahuasca right now.
He taped it to his forehead.
This whole show.
This whole show. He did something. He did something. Whatever Aaron Rodgers took.
The thing he did was take his vanity project, which is the Dallas Cowboys, and convince an entire fan base to believe that it's a legitimate sports product. It's wild impressive. Go spend more time with your kids.
He's going to hire a college coach. That's my prediction. And it's not Dion.
3 more hours of Cowboy Search talk tomorrow on the program.
Isaiah back at the studio. Isaiah back at the studio.
Welcome back to the news, Dallas Cowboys. We missed you.
Steve Palmisano at the Albuquerque Duke store.
Thanks for being here. It's been a while.
Van Nunley.
Hey, come support a good cause tomorrow at Graphic Connections.
That'll be good. No S. It's like Illinois.
Illinois has an S. It's right there in the end. It's been there the whole time.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Bud.